Today we will be starting a new adventure. I know. We will be playing 5th edition today, which is a stark difference from what we're used to. Now, most of you viewers probably are used to 5th edition. Most of us here have either only played 2nd edition old school or have very little played 5th edition. I personally have played 5th edition for many years, so being the DM, I think this will go pretty smoothly, but it'll be interesting to see how the other players deal with it. Could you please introduce your characters? They are pretty much playing the same characters, just 5th edition now, and 5th level. So, Sturban.
My character is Sturban. I'm a bard. I have a fox named Fenrir.
He's a firefox.
Yes.
Okay. Unless you want to say anything else, Jayus.
Well, as said, I'm Jayus. I'm still an elf. I'm still a wizard. I don't know. I guess nowadays my character has amnesia, just to hopefully make this run through less frightening.
Oh boy. Anyways.
Yes.
Okay.
Backstory is non-existent because yes.
You are currently in the pretty small town of Thundertree. You've grown up here most of your lives, except for Jayus, of course, who's over 100, but due to his amnesia, he only remembers the last 20 so years of his life, and most of it, actually all of it, has been spent in this town. This is a pretty new town. It used to be quite a desolate, abandoned town until eventually Mayor Stormwind has come here and started repopulating it with colonists and made it quite the bustling area. Now, this was about 30 years ago, but even so, it's still a relatively new town. As slow as word can spread out, not many merchants actually stop by here. There is one that you know of named Adric Bronanvil. He comes through every now and then. Most of the kids are very happy to see him when he comes, and you guys are quite happy to see him when he comes also, because you are hoping to get a job as a caravan guard. Currently, you just left the Elf Song Tavern. Sturban performed such an amazing song that it brought tears to the eyes of those in it, giving him gold and roses as he left. In fact, it was so good that he has become suitor numero uno in the town. Jayus, hoping to follow up that act, started juggling daggers and got one stuck in his left shoulder.
I didn't need that shoulder anyways.
Right. You were outside of the Elf Song Tavern wandering through the streets of Thundertree. You're trying to kind of duck below corners and stuff, trying to avoid the populace.
I'll take to the rooftops.
Take to the rooftops. Okay. You start climbing up the side of a house. Give me a athletics check. Or an athletics check is the proper grammar.
Do I have advantage for that, being thief bard?
No. Just make an athletics check. That's +2. 16 in total. With much ease, you scale up the side of this house. Getting to the top upon the roof, it's a thatched roof, which means you kind of got to be careful where you're stepping so you don't fall through it. But you're able to step with ease when all of a sudden you hear a shout from downstairs, from down on the floor. There he is! Pointing up to the top of the roof as a crowd of people start gathering around the bottom of the hut. What are you doing, Jayus?
What am I doing? Let's see, what do I see around me?
You see a crowd of people gathered around the bottom of a hut. You're still in the doorway of the tavern looking around. You do see a board on the side of the tavern. It has a list of names on it. At first you think it's a bounty board, but then you look at the top and you see it's actually the tavern keeps showing off. It shows a list of names of adventurers, where they are now, and apparently all these adventurers have started out their adventuring career from his tavern. And he's quite proud of that, and it says if anybody's about to go on an adventure, please come talk to him. He'd love to put you on the board too.
Can I go?
It also has some rough sketches. You can tell they were drawn by him. They're not that great, but like they mildly resemble some of these guys.
I guess, can I go back into the town and tell the cavern keep? The cavern keep. The the tavern keep that I'm ready to go adventuring.
Yes.
I'm gonna let him fend for himself on the rooftops.
Give me another athletics check, by the way. You walk into the tavern. You see the keep behind the bar. His name's Otik, and walks and says, J.S., I heard what your friend did, and I must say, you're welcome back anytime.
I'm glad to know we're friends.
Yes, of course. Oh, a little strange, I must admit, but always been friends in my book. Definitely.
That was really reassuring. I'm so happy.
Yes, you're definitely not just my friend now because you were standing next to a very popular person. No, you've been my friend for a long time.
Anyways, I saw your board outside. It says those who are going to begin their adventuring career should come talk to you first.
You're leaving? That's, I mean, congratulations on your adventuring journey. Who are you adventuring with?
Sturban.
Oh.
Don't worry, I'll come back every now and then to tell you of his adventures.
Great.
I thought you'd be more excited. You seem to like him.
Oh, yes. I'm so glad he's gonna be gone for long periods of time. Very well. Yes, see, your name's J.S. He takes out a sheet of parchment, writes it down. He says, could you stand still for a moment while I sketch you out?
I just like...
Borrow your pencil.
I just want those, psycho looking
Give it a
face.
good one.
Ooh, that's a pencil. Alright, he sits and he starts sketching you out. It takes a while. You see a few people climbing up the side of the house. Most of them young women, one of them being an elderly guy, and apparently his daughter's waiting at the bottom, and he's just going to kick you off.
Can I try to convince them to charge the tavern
Why?
and go buy everything they can from the tavern?
Why would they?
Because then they'll go away.
Yes, but what's your reasoning behind it?
To help support the tavern keep.
Alright, give me a... deception? I don't...
Persuasion?
Persuasion, yeah, there you go. Persuasion check.
Nat 20 plus 6.
Alright. Wow. They all just immediately freeze. And then they turn their heads slowly, staring at the tavern. One of them jumps off the wall and just falls to the floor. And they all start running and screaming towards the tavern as fast as each one trying to fight to be the first one getting into the...
Before they get in there, I yell to them to be respectful.
Okay, he draws your maniacal face. And he just... and he puts the drawing up on the wall underneath the name J.S. As an adventure, he writes down the date, 1342 Dale Reckoning, and he puts it under. And he turns, after pinning this portrait up on the wall, he turns just in time to see the torrent of people running towards him. His eyes just go wide for a second as he runs back in. You're inside the tavern. As he runs in, he slams the door shut. You see him pull down a bar and bars the door. He holds his shoulder up against it, pow, 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 slamming on the door. People screaming to get in. They're just like trying to shove gold coins in between the cracks of the door and the wall, slamming it accidentally budging the door even tighter closed. As windows shatter and as gold pieces just fly through the windows. You from inside, it's hectic inside.
I just need like a creepy stare to dissuade them from coming any farther.
This is like a medieval version of Swifties, just like pounding down on the tavern.
Can I get down and run and go through the back of the tavern?
Give me a athletics check and then a stealth check.
Athletics. 4.
4, you fall off the roof. Give me a stealth check with disadvantage, being that you fell off the roof.
9
Plus 3.
plus 3.
Yep, so it's 12. And a 7. Alright, so you promptly fall off the roof. I'll roll for you. You take 4 points of damage. Oof. Against your 36 hit points.
Just but a scratch.
Being that you just fell a story, you're not that sneaky. So as you slowly start walking towards the back door of the tavern, like, what's your last name?
I don't have one.
Well, the thing is, Sturbians don't sound that great. Come up with the laugh. Okay, you're Sturbin Swift. Alright?
No.
Yes,
No.
you are Sturbin Swift.
I will.
I am making a ruling here now.
Okay, how about Sturbin Quick?
There you go. Quick.
I will die right here, right now.
You are Sturbin Quick, not Swift. Fast. Speedy.
You can just use my technically real name, Bjorn.
Bjornians? No.
Bjornians.
Your cult follower. A few cult followers see you and start screaming as they point at you as you walk by. A few of them start running towards you while most of them continue with the order you gave them. You get to the back door before they get to you. You run in. There is a bar next to the door. You slam the bar shut as pounding. Take my daughter's hand! You hear.
Is there a chair or something nearby?
Oh, there's lots of chairs. You're in a tavern.
I grab one and shove under the door.
You shove it under the door just in time as the door starts bulging back and forth. It feels like this entire tavern is under attack.
Greetings.
I asked if the tavern keep would pay me for dissuading the people from being here.
Give me a persuasion check.
Walk over to the tavern keep, put my hand on his shoulder, and just take a really deep breath in.
He just rolled an nat 20.
24.
Okay, you say, listen, buddy, pal, you've known each other for like, what, 30 minutes? You can trust me. How about this? You give me some moolah, I get rid of these guys for you. And before you can even finish speaking, just goes, yes, do it, now. He reaches behind the counter and pulls out like a bag of gold, just sets it on the counter and says, do it. Alright. Just in time, you grab him by the shoulder and his panic attack kind of soothes and he goes,
My presence didn't have that effect.
Just go into what?
well, you haven't washed your hair in the last, what year is it?
In the last 300 years.
Alright, what are you doing?
Your hair's
Well, I
been
guess
matted since
I'm
before you
gonna
were born.
dissuade these people. So I'm deciding how I should dissuade them.
It's a very, very important decision.
How
What insane, crazy extra bonus are you gonna use to this?
I was gonna say, how vigilant are the guards of the city?
The guards of the city are currently also trying to pound through the doors
Oh,
to
okay.
get to,
Can I also attempt to use like intimidation to get them to leave?
Sure, go ahead.
Use
D20, give me an intimidation check.
5.
See, that's a 14.
Yeah.
So he's got a +9 intimidation. This is why we don't play 5th edition. Anyways, so yes, with your 5, that's actually a 14. You stick your head through a window, a gold coin hits you in the forehead, and you start yelling at him. And tell me what you say.
Y'all better back up or I will leave this place permanently.
Only a few people can hear what you said, and immediately they just kind of drop their coins, raise their hands to the air, and start backing up. The rest of them continue pounding, but they start slapping the other guys. Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! One of them starts putting the other guy in a chokehold.
Is there an opening near the window?
Yeah.
Alright, I step out and ignite the sides and stab him to the ground.
All right, you do that. You get tackled from the side. She appears to be in maybe like her early 20s. As she tackles you, give me a dexterity check.
Good.
So you got a 8. That's a 12. She tackles you to the floor. Goes, this one's mine!
Head buttered right in the face.
Give me an unarmed attack.
What is that?
That's just, let's see. Unarmed strike, you have a +3 to hit, and it does 2 bludgeoning damage.
Do I need to roll 20 for...
Just need to roll a d20. Add 3 to your tackle.
What?
That's a 6. She moves out of the way, and just kind of like puts you in a chokehold and starts dragging you. She's being attacked by some other people too. In fact, one of them tries to tackle her, fails as she kicks him off to the side.
I whistle for the fox to come help me.
Okay, this is getting out of hand.
I say, can I like?
I'm trying to get out of this.
Very powerful.
Say, can I like just cast True Strike and stab some? Dissuade some people with some daggers.
See, if I do it, they're gonna be fine with it. If you do it, there might be an issue.
Fair point. I cast Darkness.
Ooh!
Yes. Oh wait, what does that entail? I don't remember what it needed.
I believe it was a area of 60 feet, and it creates total darkness. Not even dark vision can see through this. All right, all of a sudden you hear words that seem to echo through the air as you see Jaya start moving his hands back and forth. As he reaches them out, all of a sudden this sphere of darkness starts emanating from him, black as night, that just creates this dome around. It is completely and utterly dark. You were the only one who can see.
I would like to know, like, what?
How far away is he from me?
Like maybe 15 feet.
Can I just like say out loud in a big booming voice, leave? I'm trying to think of a threat.
Give me an intimidation check.
Okay, it's probably like a 1. Up to 10. Let's see what's intimidation. 14.
14. You let out in a booming voice, leave.
We'll face the consequences.
They kind of stop and start shaking. A lot of them do. Even the one holding you, as slowly start backing up, but they can't see anything. So a few of them trip over each other and everything. You can see them, and it's hilarious watching them trip over everything. As they start crawling away, one of them leaves the area of the dome, and it's just blinded by the light all of a sudden, because it's just immediately dark light. You are no longer surrounded. In fact, quite a few of them have left him completely. A few of them are crawling in his direction, but not on purpose, just because they can't see anything.
I grabbed the bag of gold off the table and stuffed it in my bag.
Okay, you grab the bag of gold, stuff in your bag. Now what? You were in complete darkness. You are blinded currently.
I go to grab my size and leave.
All right, give me an investigation check. See if you can find your size real quick. Because not even the light from the fire is creating light. That didn't sound right.
12, 13.
13. Yeah, I think you're able to find them pretty decently. You remember pretty well where you left them. You went and you found them. You felt the heat from the flame, even though you didn't see the light. And you're able to put them in the scythe without burning yourself too badly. Bit of the hair is singed. JS, you want to help lead him out of the darkness?
I want to count this, how much gold is in this bag.
Okay, sit down. I think darkness lasts for a minute.
That sounds probably, yeah, wait.
I'm going to say you have about 30 seconds left.
It said one act, when I was casting time.
Yeah.
I don't remember how much long it lasted.
28, 27, 26.
I try to listen for the sound of him jingling through gold and walk that way.
All right, you start approaching him. You give me a dexterity check. 16, 15, 14, 13,
15.
15. Yeah, you get to him, JS. You see him kind of walking around. It's kind of weird seeing his eyes not actually focused on anything. Just kind of like they're open very wide. And not in amazement, just trying to get any light that comes in. As he just kind of wanders
I
around.
don't want my eyes open, I want to close them.
Okay, you close your eyes and start wandering around.
See, as soon as he exits the dark sphere, you just want to cast like
The sphere is centered on you.
Oh, okay.
He's at the center of the sphere now.
Oh.
Well, yeah, that I cast just like over. That's okay.
It's centered on you. It has a 60-foot radius.
It's okay.
It's a dome.
So you want to leave the dome?
Sure. Can I walk?
You want to step away with a bit of thunder.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, either we can just walk away, or I can like teleport us 30 feet away from this.
Yeah, so I was about to make a reference to that.
90 feet.
Copyrighted. Yes.
Well, if the dome is 60 feet,
Mm-hmm.
Thunderstep has a 90-foot range.
Uh-huh.
It would only get you 30 feet away from it, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah, 30 feet away from the dome.
Yes. Onwards and upwards. Let's go.
Do you want to teleport 90 feet up?
No. I want to teleport 90 feet in a direction where people aren't.
Okay, so
behind the tavern.
quick thing. You can teleport yourself and one other person, and everybody within 10 feet of you takes 3d10 thunder damage. Let me see how many people
The tavern keep loves you now.
are next to you.
Is there a hole in the roof?
Considering they are peasants, they might die.
Yeah, the average peasant has
So-
1d4 health,
Maybe let's not do that.
Like, too late.
which means even if you rolled a 1 on all the damage, most of them would die.
So let's.
There is
walk
one
away.
person near you, and he is the tavern keeper.
Let's walk away.
You're trusting JS to lead you to a safe area.
I can see it right. So yeah, I guess
You
I
have
lead
10
him-
seconds left. before the darkness.
I run him to the back door.
You run to the back door.
Yes. Wait, there's people.
Alright, he tells you that it is safe now.
Are you sure about that?
Do I hear anything?
You hear thudding on the door trying to get in.
Is there another door?
There's the center of the tavern.
Is there an upstairs?
Like just an empty room, big eating area.
Does
that's
this tavern
just
like have an
complete-
upstairs, like it's a tavern and inn, or?
Yes.
I would like to run upstairs.
Alright, you run upstairs. Alright. You feel yourself going upstairs. You kind of trip over a few of them, but he leads you up. He's like, alright, it's safe now.
Are you sure?
Yes. Can I hear anything? I should probably ask this again.
You do hear thudding, but it's coming from about a floor below you.
Okay. Is there anything I can block the stairway with?
Nobody is in the tavern except for the tavern keeper.
Okay. Is it dark in the tavern?
Yes.
Okay. How much time is left?
Like 2 seconds.
Okay.
1.
Where's the closest window?
The darkness leaves.
Do I see the light through my closed eyes?
Yes, the light kind of shines in.
Okay. I slowly open my
I look
eyes.
kind of
Slowly open your eyes.
Okay. This is absurd.
What part?
Yes.
Oh, and you have to wait till tomorrow for the guy to get here.
Turn to the tavern keep.
He's downstairs.
I didn't bother to
Go
help
downstairs
him.
and turn to the tavern keep.
Okay.
Well, I
You
tried
turn to the
rescue you.
tavern keep.
How do we contain this?
You're asking me?
You've got drinks.
You started this.
Not intentionally.
What do you want me to do? Throw brandy at him?
If you'd like.
You might knock out a few.
Oh, also, you do see quite a bit of gold coins just kind of like scattered across the floor, and shards of broken glass too.
There's enough there to make up for it.
He goes, "You'll let me keep all this?"
Yes.
Very well. He kicks the door open. He goes, "Drinks on the house!" And he gets immediately run over by a torrent of people who run into the tavern.
I'm darting upstairs.
This is why I wanted to block the staircase.
Which, you did block the staircase,
Oh,
right?
great.
Yeah, okay, so you can't get up the staircase.
I barged through whatever he blocked.
He's just blocking it with his body.
I ripped off a door from one of the inner rooms.
What's your strength?
Oh, I don't know. Strength. Give me a minute. +0.
No, you
So
don't.
it's-
Anyway.
I'm just sitting here like wiggling the door.
Yeah, he just runs over you really easily.
Spear
As you
would
see
pick him
like
up.
a river of people coming in through the doorway. They're looking all around, and then they see you, and they start going up. The fathers of these women have had enough at this point. They sit down and say, "Drinks around the house, right?"
I spear him in the gut, pick him up, and run to one of the rooms and slam the door.
All right, you run into one of the rooms, slam the door, and there is a lock on the door, but it's not a barred door. It's just a lock.
Is there a bookshelf in here?
Yes, there is. Well, there's a wardrobe.
Close enough. Can I slide it in front of the door?
Give me a strength check. If you're helping him, you get advantage.
Sure, I'll help him.
19.
19? Alright. You slide the bookshelf into the doorway. He rolled high enough. So.
Yeah.
Into the doorway, and all of a sudden, thud, 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 thud. Trying to get in. Alright. Right, so,
That was loud.
yep, that was supposed to be loud. Alright. You have barred yourself into a room. There's a window off on the side.
Well, you know what I'm doing. Through the window.
He just, like, Spider-Man jumps out the window.
You can do the superhero pose.
Yes, I'll do the superhero landing too, you know.
Okay, give me... Let's see, this is about a 20-foot drop, so you take a d6 damage. And then give me an athletics check to see if you take the second d6 damage.
So 1 for the damage, 7 for the athletics check.
So roll another d6.
5.
5.
Take 6 points of damage.
Yep, so he jumps out the window, and he comes down, and you see him. He's already prepared. He's going to do the superhero landing. He puts his legs out, and he prepares his fist to hit the floor. And when he lands, his wrist just goes like that. As he lands on the floor, his arm just kind of collapses under. Your wrist is now sprained, and you face plant into the floor. And he just kind of doesn't move for a second. You look out, and you think he's dead.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good knowing him.
I turn to the wardrobe, pull the loot out,
Mm-hmm.
and open strum like 3 times.
Cracks of thunder shoot out 3 times.
Oh, that's so out of tune now.
I had it in good too. Anyway,
I did too.
thunder rips out from his loot. Nothing that does any damage, but it sounds like there's a storm nearby. It sounds a little distant, but you're on the floor. You recognize this is, especially the 3 thunder, right, one right after another. It's probably Sturban. But anybody else, they'd probably think storm's coming.
Does anybody react in the hall?
Okay, so let me explain this, Lou. It's more for dramatic effect. So it's not like thunder shoots out from you.
Yeah.
It's just thunder in the distance, right?
Their ears bleed.
Now I cast Thunder Wave.
Okay. In what direction?
The people. Wait, hold on. I don't see any damage for this.
It does 3d8 damage.
Crap, never mind.
Unless you cast it at second level. Then it does 4d8.
What's that first?
3d8.
Oh. Is there a way I can cast it without dealing damage?
No.
I don't want to hurt him, I just want him to
Let's
go
cast it
away.
at 0th level.
Do you have to spell gust?
No.
Oh well.
You know what? I used Distant Whispers.
Dissonant whispers?
For, yeah.
That does a lot of damage too.
Seriously?
Yes.
Why does it do damage?
Because it's a psychic attack. Also, you need to see your target for that to work.
I could cast Continual Flame on them. That doesn't do any damage.
You see, this is the problem with 5th edition. Your character, instead of being able to think, you start thinking about what is on your character sheet. You start trying to push those paper buttons. Like, the solution to everything is on your character sheet. The solution is not always on your character sheet.
Jump out the window with me. I'll catch you. I'm like, I'm
Yeah, you hear a weak voice coming from outside. Jump out, I'll catch you. As you see him holding his wrist up to his chest.
Are there people down there?
No, just him.
Can I try to climb down rather than jump?
Yes, you can.
As I see him.
Give me an athletics check.
14.
14? Yeah, climbing down is a lot easier than climbing up, at least in this case. And you're able to climb down pretty easily. Kind of look at him.
I look back at him like,
You do have to admit, his was cooler.
Yes.
But,
if he didn't faceplant.
right. Well, you only saw him jump out the window, so you just saw him go, ta-da-da-da-da, as he jumps out the window. You heard the face plant. All right, what are you doing? You hear a crash as what sounds like a wardrobe falls over.
I run to a place they can't see me.
There's a
Around
woods.
the building.
There's a forest line. And you know he has a hut somewhere in there.
I'm like, follow me to my house.
Okay, I'm running to the...
You run into the woods, never to be seen again. The end. No, kidding. You run into the woods. You don't think anybody saw you. As you run into the woods, you're leading the way, and you start rummaging through stuff. You're trying to go fast, but there's so much underbrush that you're trying to move out of the way. So you're only moving slightly faster than you would be able to just walking. Until eventually you get to a trail. It seems like it's been well trodden, which leads to your hut in the woods.
Yes.
Probably the last place anybody would ever look for you.
Probably.
It's in the forbidden zone. Do not
Right.
go here.
It's a hut made out of like broken tables and other stuff.
Good enough.
It's and like the roof, instead of being a thatched roof, it just has like animal furs. But he doesn't know how to tan furs, so he just has to like swap them out every now and then when they start rotting.
I have just one little fancy silver chandelier, like a chandelier. What are those? Calabra? Candle holder.
Are you having a stroke?
Yes. Yes. Right.
Yeah, he has one of those, whatever that was.
Alright, I look back and see if we were followed.
You look back, and you are being followed. In the woods, you see a fox running after you.
That's fine. Anything else?
There is a trail of smoke behind him. He's usually not allowed into deep forested areas.
I guess I would like to offer him a cup of coffee, like nice, fresh brewed tea.
He hands it to you.
Don't question where it came from.
It's like a light brown.
Thanks.
You kind of lift it. And just kind of like toss it over your shoulder while making it look like you're drinking it. A little bit of it gets on the back of your shoulder, but
No,
you can feel it's
on the back
cold.
of his shoulder.
It just kind of runs down your spine. All right.
You can feel it prepare your spine.
I lay
You turn
down.
into a flail.
You lay down. You take a deep breath and start coughing as the scent of rotten flesh goes into your nasal passages.
You sleep in this?
It's quite cozy, don't you think?
He's nose blind.
Are there any herbs around here?
You're in the forest. You could probably find some.
Can I try to find some non-toxic herbs?
Give me a nature check.
So that was actually like poison ivy tea. So.
Your nature is plus one. All right, yeah. You walk out and you find something that pretty sure is rosemary.
Pretty sure.
Like 30%.
Can I clarify that it's rosemary?
How would you do that?
I whispered.
It looks very similar to what you recognize as rosemary.
But that doesn't.
You're
mean
almost You're almost positive that it might kind of be rosemary.
Put
Due
it
to its
down
close
and
dwelling
keep looking.
to my house.
All right, you look around some more and you find some mint leaves. Excuse me.
Is there anything that looks like mint? That's not mint.
Other leaves.
You find some nice shiny mint leaves.
Well, you can smell the mint. Just rub your fingers on it and then.
I don't want to touch it.
Oh, okay.
You don't just touch anything and everything.
Oh, okay. I mean, I didn't really
I've
work
just
well in the
suffered
caves the other
the
day.
decaying smell.
I think everything around my house.
You
was
start
like
drinking some of your
mutated.
tea.
Yes.
It's just dirt water.
Actually, I'll cut a small snippet of the rope I have.
Your hemp rope?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Put it in the mask.
It'll help you fall asleep. Yeah, are you just putting it in the mask?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
To help with the
Then it
smell.
acts more of like a filter than anything. Like it still stinks, but not as bad. You do carry herbs with you. You know.
I do?
Yes, to put in your mask.
I didn't know they were actually there. Okay, I put those in the mask.
Okay, you put some herbs in your mask and take a deep breath in. It almost smells good. But it doesn't smell as bad as it used to. And you just you said you lie down? Are you just taking his bed?
No, I'm just laying down.
Okay.
Does he want to?
No.
Your bed is made out of more of these animal pelts.
As you go down, it's just like a crinkly noise.
It's a little juicy, a little soggy.
It's actually just like I found a bunch of wild animals dead on the ground, and I just threw them in my house.
Oh yeah, half of these you didn't even kill. You just kind of found them.
I'm going to wait till night
Uh-huh.
and attempt to get a bed in town without being seen.
All right. You wait a few hours and it does become nightfall. You do have bedroll and tent and everything. You could just set up a camp.
Do I want to, though?
That's up to you.
I don't want to smell this much longer.
Okay. Nightfall comes and you somehow, in that brain of yours, maybe it's the stench, you just cannot stand to be here anymore. You decide you're going to risk it. You're going to try to go back into town.
I'm going to be stealthy about it. I don't
Sure
wanna
you are.
just...
I think.
Give me a stealth check.
I think during this time, I'm just warming my hands over this fox.
Yeah, he's just like the fox is
Roasting
a
marshmallows.
small amount of fire on the top of his head, just coming up, and he's just, and Jace is just warming his hands over the
Can I
fox.
roast a
21.
marshmallow? Over the
21. Nice.
Wow.
As you start rummaging through the forest, you start making lots and lots of sound. Just sticks crashing and leaves and everything. You see a guard that's posted up next to the entrance in the town. And you start rummaging through, you kind of come out, you stumble and you fall. You get up, he doesn't notice you at all. And you start sloshing through the damp grass as you start coming towards him, making tons of noise. He just doesn't notice you as you walk by him right in front of him, and he doesn't even, his eyes don't move at all.
You
As you walk into town.
Okay.
You walk through the town, you see quite a few of them. At first, it looks like the town is quite quiet and asleep, until you realize a few of the windows are open on these houses, as there are just, like, you see heads sticking out of the windows watching
Better yet,
and waiting
put on
as you
my-
just walk through the center of the town, not noticed by anybody.
they just don't.
Nope.
Okay.
You kick the door open to the tavern. There's a few people sitting in there. None of them notice you as you walk up to the barkeep. He's having conversation with somebody else. And when he finishes, he goes back and you stand right in front of him. Doesn't notice a thing.
If you greet him, he still doesn't notice you. Like
I
poke him in
say
the
hey
back.
to the barkeep.
Ah! Someone jumps back. Where in the blazes did you come from?
I've been standing here for like 30 whole seconds.
I kicked your door open.
Do you not see the crack in your door now?
There's a crack in everything in my tavern now.
That's a good point. The new one.
What can I do you for?
Can I get a drink and a bed?
Normally, I'd be furious at you because you've destroyed my tavern. But I collected over 70 gold stuck in the walls. So yes, you can have a drink and a night's stay.
Put my hand on his shoulder and pat it and go, thank you.
I just like keep
He
the
hands
door
you
away.
a very large bottle of rum.
Can I get the key too?
Here you go. I can't guarantee you the door works anymore.
I take the room that didn't get destroyed.
Okay. You walk in, and you take a deep breath in. You even remove your mask for a second. Nothing.
I drink like a fourth of the bottle and go to sleep.
Give me a Constitution check.
14, 15.
15?
Yep.
All right. You're able to take it pretty easily as you head to bed, and it really helps you fall asleep as you just rest into your pillow. The night passes. The hut is kept nice and warm by a certain fox who has decided he's going to stay in there for right now. He likes the smell. You wake up the next morning, JS.
It's standing right over you.
Oh, you hear birds chirping. Your finger's a little burnt, but wake up, you stretch, you get up, and you also wake up the next morning to thud thud thud. Somebody is banging on the door. It doesn't sound like a group of them. It just sounds like one person.
Is there like a...
Starvin, you need to get out of here now. They're at the front door.
I try to get up.
You have a bit of a headache.
I grab my things, the bottle, the key.
As he gets up, his back just like cracks like 4 times.
I turn into an old transformer.
Autobots.
I open the door, hand him the key.
Says, thank you kindly, sir. I told them you weren't here. Well, after a while rummaging through the woods, they thought this was the only place left.
Oh. I look at him and go, I
I
got
only
it.
treated a few to dirt tea.
None of them came even close to your hut. Like, they saw you and just kind of went around it. stood outside just staring at him with the teapot. Just like walked by.
I just casually put some poison ivy in the teapot, just munch on it.
Yeah, one time I got poison ivy on my brain.
Oh.
The only way I could scratch it was to think of sandpaper.
Is your back door open? Or available?
It is open, yes, permanently.
What happened?
The door is missing.
Oh. Okay.
You come
I'll
back
be
and
on
my
my way
house
then.
just has a nice brand
I
new
walk
door.
toward the
Yeah.
back door and I put on my ring of invisibility.
Ooh!
Forgot those existed.
Yes, I forgot about it too.
Alright, you don your ring of invisibility and you put it on. And it's on your finger. You don't notice anything different.
I walk over to the barkeep and like wave in front of his face.
You wave in front of his face, your pinky accidentally touches his nose and he just kind of reaches up, scratches it, and continues what he's doing.
Sweet. I walk back out to the woods, get him.
Alright,
and
you
the
walk to
fox.
the woods. All of a sudden, like, you see just leaves moving on their own, branches. All of a sudden, the fox runs out of the hut and starts running directly towards you.
I imagine he'd be able to smell me.
He starts making the sound. No, there's no way to describe what sound he's making. In fact, even after you hear it, like you recognize it, but then when it's done, it's almost as if it stopped existing. No one knows what the fox says. But it is making the fox version of a bark.
That was really raspy.
Yeah.
I crouch down and take the ring off and look at him, kind of
He kind of jumps back for a second, and then he sniffs, and then goes back over towards
He's
Jason.
like, okay, gee.
I think. So as he approaches my house, that's where the tavern keeps door is. I got a new door.
Anyway, you do know that Agent Brian Animal should be arriving at town somewhere around high noon.
Roughly how long till then?
About like 4 hours.
Okay. Is there any like shops in town that would be of interest to me?
There's a few shops. Most of them are like farm supply shops. Usually most of the bartering is between individuals, not an actual shop, except for when a trader comes in. Then you would buy and sell and barter with the trader.
Alright. I guess we'll go back in town, but this time I'm taking my mask off.
Ooh, there's an idea. Okay, you take your mask off.
And I put my hood on.
You put your hood on.
It's like
You
grab a
walk into
giant
town.
sign saying, "Here's Durbin."
I will kill you.
Oh no.
Is that what you're doing?
Maybe I won't.
Okay.
As I see him like side eye me, just I put it back down.
Very angrily.
You walk into a town, and a few people kind of give you glances. First, you think they're giving you glances, but then you realize they're actually giving him glances.
A few more twigs in my hair.
Yeah. It's said that just touching him will give you poison ivy.
Take like 2 steps off to the side.
And then just looking at him gives you head lice. You scratch your head in confusement. Find it feels good and keeps cutting like an You walk through town and nobody seems to pay you much attention. In fact, if any attention comes to you, it's actually coming towards him, and it's back to the moving children to the other side of the road.
Is there any place that has food besides the tavern?
There's the bakery.
Alright, I'll go over there.
All right. You open it, and okay. So here's the thing. Everybody does know what you look like under the mask. You've lived here your whole life. All right. It's just the hood that's being able to keep them at bay for right now. Just so you know. All right. You walk into the bakery and you see Ermilda. She's a halfling. She's in the back, and you see her up on stair. Like she has a portable stairway. It's almost like a ladder, but stairs.
Step stool?
Not really. She's moving it around, and she gets up next to one of the brick ovens, and she pulls out a few loaves of bread, puts it up on a rack in the front. She says, "J.S., hello. And who's this?" "Stab it." Yes, I heard about what happened yesterday. Anyways, what can I do you for?
I would like some bread if you wouldn't mind.
Well, we are a bakery after all. Is there any type of bread that you'd be interested in?
Would you happen to have any rosemary bread?
No. We have whey bread, sourdough bread, wheat bread, white bread, seasoned bread, hardtack.
Do you have wood dust bread?
I could make you some if you wish.
Extra good, you know.
Now, if you don't tell anybody, you could taste test my first recipe on making elven whey bread. I have the recipe second hand, so I don't think it'll be quite as good as the standard stuff, but I think it'd do just fine.
I would be thrilled.
All right. I
like
do
look over his
warn
shoulder.
you that this bread is not used to be like... You don't eat the bread because it's tasty. One bite will fill you for a day.
Alright.
This bozo ate two slices of it last time.
I look over her shoulder. Can I have some?
Do you have gold this time?
He's with me.
Very well. It will be 10 gold for a slice.
10 for a slice.
It takes very, very difficult process to make this bread. Don't forget, this will last you a few days.
That's a good point.
Eats the whole loaf.
It just blows up.
Wait, that's a good tactic to defeat enemies.
Replace their bread with elven whey bread. They eat a sandwich and just die. Halflings have been known to eat more than one slice in a sitting.
What?
Yes. In fact, they're the only ones to have done it and survived. In fact, they quite enjoy it and do it often whenever they can get a hold of it.
I'll wait for the slice. Or
He
bite.
hands it to you. She already has a loaf made. You see her take a saw and start sawing at the loaf and saws off a slice. Says, would you like 2 slices? One for you, one for your friend.
Sure.
Very well. I keep changing voices. I keep forgetting how I'm voicing. Alright, she hands you a voice. She hands you a slice.
I haven't seen such a fabulous looking voice box in ages. Last time there was a lovely half dwarf. He had a nice one.
A half dwarf?
Yes.
Okay. Anyways. She hands you 2 slices. That'll be 20 gold.
Hey, here you go. Just from what I picked up from playing.
She takes it and just kind of looks at it. She's like, this is probably the most gold she's seen in one spot in a long time. And you, knowing how much gold is worth, you think that the people who threw gold at you probably just gave you like everything they had. And they're all now probably broke.
We returned in like 2 years. I wonder why the city's not here anymore.
I hand you a slice of the bread.
Tasty. I'd like to lick a slice of bread.
You lick the slice of bread and you feel your hunger satiated. You're not full, just satiated.
I lick it a few
Take
more
a
times.
small bite.
Take a small bite and immediately, like you haven't eaten since last night, and just immediately you feel not full, but like on the brink of becoming full. In fact, it kind of feels like it's normal, it goes down your throat, and then it just expands all of a sudden. It kind of gives you a bit of indigestion and a bit of acid reflux.
Take a swig of rum.
Now it burns, but in a good way.
I would like to continue licking the bread until I feel more satiated.
You doing this in the bakery?
Yes.
He just sits there and starts.
Bread is interesting. Definitely full, but
Oh yeah, it tastes like wood.
This is the
It
finest
definitely
bread-
has the texture of like soft wood.
I would like to compliment the chef, saying this is the finest bread I've tasted in 3 years.
It's probably the only bread you've tasted in 3 years.
Exactly.
Yeah, he tried to steal from this shop before, and he took the cutting board. He just ate it.
I ate the cutting board. It wasn't very tasty.
All right.
I like to tell the lady her food's gotten better since last time.
You hear shouting coming from outside, and people running.
are they running toward us?
No, they're not. They're running towards the front of the town.
Good. I give the lady some. I put another piece of gold on the counter. I put another piece of gold on the counter and go, you never saw us here.
Saw who?
Good.
Have you taken your ring off?
Yeah.
Okay, God. Oh yeah, you told me that.
See, that'd be an interesting conversation.
Yeah, that would be an interesting trade till it's bread floating. Bread.
Bread.
The game.
Oh, I just lost the game.
Anyway,
I walk out the doors, still licking the bread.
you walk out the door.
I follow
Licking
it.
Walk out. And you do see a large wagon with quite different supplies and stuff on it. You see a few guards standing around the wagon, and they just seem so relieved to finally get here. One of them is laying on top of the wagon, and he is missing his hand. Although it is bandaged up and everything.
As I approach the crowd, I just like to say, "Make way for Lord JS."
A stick falls out of your hair as you say that. Give me I'll say this is a performance check.
Yeah, I'll like to say they move away, but not for the same reasons. Performance.
Can I stand behind him and discreetly
Ten.
play like a chord or two? While
Dun
he says that?
dun.
Sure. Roll performance check, and then we'll take whichever one of yours is higher.
Performance. 15.
What'd you roll?
10.
10. All right. And as you go, make way for Lord Chairs, strumming starts. As he's kind of in tune with your voice, so just like a harmony.
The stick falls.
They all kind of look at you, and like when they hear the lute, like their eyes just dilate for a second, and they turn and look, and then when they see you, their eyes just kind of shrink down again. So,
Run in fear.
it's like when you take a drink from a cup and you're expecting it to be root beer. And it's just dirt water.
I'm not sure James knows the difference.
Probably not. He probably thinks it's one and the same.
He probably likes the dirt water
I used to
better.
think that's what coffee was.
Yes, that is what
Dirt
coffee is.
water.
Pretty much. Dirty bean water.
Disgusting.
Does it technically count as a soup? Anyway, we'll talk about that later. Alright, yes, and eventually the carriage gets into the center of town. It folds out into like a table with shelves behind it. And you see a very hardy, well-dressed dwarf jump from the front, stand and says, "Come one, come all, come see my wares." As you see quite a few oddities and strange things being sold there.
I like
In fact, the main thing that's in the center of the carriage is a large cage in which is something you've never seen before. It looks like a cat, but huge. It is orange
It must
and
be a
has
bear.
black stripes.
It must be
It's a
a
tiger.
candy corn bear.
And the closest thing you can think of to it would probably be a bear. Yeah. It looks like a really weird bear.
I would like
I
to.
try to get close, but just
Yeah.
far enough that I don't bother anyone and try to see what he has.
I walk straight up
Alright.
to the guy.
You get close and you see he has a variety of armor and equipment. He has a variety, pretty much the equipment list. And then some strange stuff, which I'll roll for later. You walk straight up to him and he goes, "Ah, J.S., long time no see. How's life been faring for you, mate?"
Quite great. I had some delicious dirt water this morning.
Right, yes, yes. Keep forgetting. Yes, well, have you finally built up the nerve to come with me?
Ah, yes. But I will say, I found a lovely heater for my house now.
Oh, really?
Yes.
You learned how to make fire.
No.
Ah.
That's concerning.
And how are you heating your house?
By fox.
By fox.
Yes.
So like you gutted a fox and sleeping in the warm flesh or what?
That is a good idea.
Just eyeball
but-
him off from a distance.
Underneath the hood it's just like dark, but then there's like these two white dots shining through. They're like the Jawas from Star Wars.
But tall.
Is the Fenrir around?
Fenrir is following him.
Okay, can I just point at him?
Point at Sturban or
The
Fenrir?
fox.
The fox just points at the fox. He turns and goes, my, that is a beautiful fox. This is the nice dark fur on it.
Great for roasting
He turns back to you and
marshmallows
says, wait, I'm sorry, what?
It's great for roasting marshmallows over.
Did you set the fox on fire?
No.
Is that its natural fur color? Or did you burn the fur?
I kind of walk
I
closer.
look at him and I say, probably?
How much would you be willing to sell that fox for?
It's not mine.
Ah, whose is it?
I'll take 100 gold.
I eyeball him more intensely.
You did that in the wrong order. You're supposed to, should have gone, it's 100 gold. It's not mine.
Just eyeball him more.
I'm deciding-
You feel his stare off from the side.
I'm deciding if I should tell him if it's disturbing or not.
You walking over, you say?
I whisper, disturbing.
And on cue, he shows up right behind you. In fact, you kind of feel his exhaling on the back of your neck.
Oh, what I do is I put the invisibility ring on, walk up right behind him and take it off right when he says my name.
You kind of hold it, your face like right next to his face from over his shoulder, and you just take it off. He just kind of appears all of a sudden.
Oh, hi.
Adric is startled for a second. You're weird. You don't really get started by it.
I was just like, oh.
Oh, hi there. When'd you get here?
And you show up. And goes, oh,
Fox
good grief.
walks up.
Starvin, is that you?
Yes. Keep it down. The townsfolk are.
I'll look this direction.
I do like the insane.
You a criminal.
No.
You didn't go outlaw, did you?
I played some music and they loved it a bit too much.
Right.
Yes.
Well, if you need to get out of town real quick, you
Yes.
can always...
Please.
Right.
I close up the
Mum's the word.
I close up the wagon and hop
Let me know when.
Just, when we get to the next town, come in separately, please.
Sure.
Alright. Alright, he continues selling his wares. Do you want to go through the store, or do you want to skip to when it's time to leave?
I'll skip to the town and leave.
Alright.
Unless
What
he
about you?
wants to.
I say, I should ask, how much is gold in this bag of gold I picked up earlier?
You're asking him?
I'm asking, no, the tavern.
He did count it earlier.
You go into the tavern key?
Well, I picked up the golden bag from him.
Are you just going to count the gold, or are you going to
He
go ask
counted
him?
I would like to know how much gold
He
is in the
counted
bag.
it whenever he cast
He
dark.
had like 20 seconds to count. He's not counting anything. All right, you sit down and count it.
Yes. While we're waiting. Yes, there you go.
Just skip, but in the meantime, what gold you have.
79 gold.
Great.
Good.
Okay.
Where'd I put that gold bag?
All right, time skipping. It is the next day. It's early morning. He begins getting up, and most of the guards that came with him are staying in Thunder Tree.
I didn't write my goal on that side of the paper.
Most of the guards that came with him are staying in Thunder Tree, and a few people were hired from Thunder Tree, including you two. He says that he will be paying you 50 gold, 25 up front, 25 when you get there, and your job is to protect the caravan at all costs. It is even more important to protect the caravan than it is to protect him.
Oh, and I put the mask on before we leave.
Alright, okay.
Everybody turns their head.
Okay, after we're out of town, but before we get to...
You start exiting the town, and he says that he's going to ride up front on his horse, and he calls a few of the guards up front with him. There's about 3 horses up front. And he says they're going to ride in front of the caravan for a while, just let you know ahead of time in case there's a fallen tree or something like that, so they can move out of the way without actually having to stop the caravan. Because once you stop a caravan, it's a lot easier to attack it. So they ride up front, they kind of disappear up across the trail. And it's you two and 2 other guards that are kind of surrounding this caravan.
Are we each on our own horses, or...?
No, you're just walking.
I'll do it.
The caravan itself isn't moving too quickly. It is being pulled by horses. There's about 3 horses up front. 2 and then 1 in between them up in further ahead of them. This caravan is so full of stuff that the 3 horses can't move it too quickly. Both of you give me a d6 roll.
6.
6.
6.
That's not nice.
Oh boy.
I think you should reroll.
No.
Oh yeah, you should use the dungeon dice. Because that's a d20.
You want me to use the dungeon die?
Is that
It's a
exactly-
d6 roll. You want me to use the d20?
Wait, just a moment. Let me just like.
No.
Oh.
All right.
Well, one of us could use it.
You continue along the way. It's been about 6 hours now. Till eventually you do get up to a turn where the dirt on the side starts getting above. You can tell that they carved this path out of like a little hill. That way it's not too steep for caravans and stuff. And as you turn the corner, you see 3 dead horses on the floor. They are filled with arrows.
I just grin from ear to ear, like.
All right.
I reach back under my cloak, ready to grab my size if need be.
All right. The horses are there, but none of their riders are there. You do hear one of the guards call, "Stop the caravan!" as they start pulling it to a halt. And one of the guards walks up over and starts inspecting the dead horses.
I look through the woods to see if I see anything out of place.
Give me an investigation check.
17.
You do notice what looks like something kind of shiny in the forest. You can't really tell what it is, but it is metallic.
I shoot an arrow toward it.
It also shoots its arrow. As the shiny thing looses towards the guard, you shoot an arrow at it. Give me a 2-hit roll with disadvantage since you can't actually see precisely what you're aiming at.
So what do I roll for that?
So, let's see. You have a longbow, right? You're proficient in it. Your proficiency bonus is +2. Your dexterity is +2. So you roll a d20 and add 4 to it. It's a 12. Alright, and what type of bow are you using? Longbow? Roll a d8. and add 2 to it. Seven. You hear a scream, like a gargle scream, come out of the woods as something starts tumbling down into the hill. The other arrow flies at the guard, hits him, doesn't kill him, but it sticks deep in his shoulder as the guard turns around. You can see from the fletching of this arrow, it's a goblin arrow. In fact, rolling down the hill is a dead goblin.
How was it shiny?
The arrowhead was shiny. The arrowhead that shot out and hit the other guard.
Oh, that makes sense then. Yes.
Roll initiative.
8.
I wish they've got like 6 minutes. So.
We'll finish with this combat.
Yeah.
I yelled to the guard to take the arrow out and have the fox cauterize the wound.
Not yet, you know.
Alright.
Okay, so Sturban, what'd you roll?
8.
8. All right, Jace.
A 1.
1. All
I'm
right.
gonna fight the dead goblin.
Okay. The other guard, he draws his short sword, he lifts up his shield, and he starts running around, looking around. He doesn't know what to attack. There doesn't seem to be anything, but he does tell that this is a ambush. When all of a sudden, 5 goblins start running down the hill towards you. One of them is a lot bigger than the others. In fact, it looks bigger than Sturban. The rest of the goblins are about half Sturban's height, whereas this thing's about like 3 inches taller.
Hobgoblin.
It is a hobgoblin. This one is also dressed in chainmail armor and carrying a longsword. The other goblins have short swords or scimitars as they start running down the hill and start attacking a few of the guards. One of them attacks the guard with the arrow, hitting and dealing a certain amount of damage, cutting his head off. Another goblin runs over to the other guard, missing with his scimitar. The hobgoblin runs over towards you. What's your armor class?
16.
16. He misses with his first attack as he brings the sword around to attack you again and hits with his second. You take 6 points of damage.
Did I recover those 4 from falling earlier when I slept?
Yes, you did.
Okay.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, you're both at full health. Because
I just add.
you can have your arm cut off and heal instantly overnight.
Oh.
See, in old school, you heal at 1 hit point per day of rest. Here, it's just, it's a miracle. Anyway.
Alright.
Alright, Sturban, it's your turn.
I pull out the scythes, ignite them, and I stab with both of them the goblin that just hit me.
Give me a 2-hit roll for both of them. Only add your modifier to the first. So let's see. You had a +2 to hit. Yes. Actually, a +4 because your proficiency bonus. So give me a d20 roll for the first one.
Nat 20.
Nat 20. Alright, give me a d20 roll for the second one.
12.
You don't get any modifiers for the second one. Alright. So give me a damage roll for the first one.
Oh, what was that?
I believe it's a d8.
It's a D8.
Plus a d4 damage.
What is a D4?
So you do 12 points of damage plus whatever you roll.
Do I even need to add that?
You can certainly do so.
Nine.
So that is 21.
Overkill much?
20. So these scythes sweep in, stab deep into him. One of them goes all the way in to where the blade's coming out of the thing's back. It cuts right through the chainmail. The other one stabs into his shoulder and starts jerking him to the side. The hobgoblin lets out a roar as he starts falling towards you. Jayus,
Oh, did I attack the hobgoblin?
that's the one that attacked you.
Oh. Cool.
So wait, does Toll of the Dead, that's the one that I can, tell the body to do stuff, or is that the...
That's one where people hear bells and then take like a lot of damage.
Okay, I can still do that.
Hold on, be wary. You have allies around, or is it like...
It's only on a singular person.
Okay.
See, that's a cantrip, right?
Yes.
Alright. Who are you casting it on?
I guess Hobgoblin. He seems...
The Hobgoblin?
He looks kind of alive still, so...
Oh yeah, he's definitely alive.
Yeah, I'd like to cast it on him.
Alright. He is not at full health, which means he takes 2d12 instead of 2d8. Give me 2d12 points of damage. Oh, he makes a wisdom saving throw, I forgot. What's your spell save DC? I think it's 12.
12. Yes.
He succeeds. He only takes half damage. Give me 2d12.
6.
Yep.
3.
That's 9, so he takes 4 points of damage. It's rounded down. Alright. He hears bells ringing off to the side. And you can see, even though he has two sides, it's just he's jerking off from the side. You heal 2 points of damage.
Oh, delicious. Am I at,
If you're at full health,
You
right?
could give them to me.
You can give them to him. Have you taken damage?
I took 6.
You can give him 2 points of health.
No.
You see him kind of draw his hand back as red light sucks itself out of him, comes into his hand and forms a ball, and he reaches out towards you, and the ribbons of red light flows towards you, and you see you feel your body. It feels good. You've been healed by clerical magic before. It does not feel like that.
But it's still relief.
It's relief, but it kind of stings as it enters your body. Alright. Is the guard turn? The guard, who is still alive, he swings at one of the goblins, misses, and tries to bash him with his shield. Hitting, not doing any damage, but knocks the goblin off onto the floor. 3 of the goblins jump him all at the same time. The first one hits, the second one hits, and the third one misses. And they do enough damage to chop him up. He is dead. As the hobgoblin looks at you, he growls as he grabs the sides and starts pulling them out of his chest. They are extinguished at this point. Pulls them out of his chest and pushes them against you. Make a strength check.
4.
4, a 17, and he pushes them into your chest.
Handles?
No, the blades. He turns it around and pushes them back into you. 7, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You take 12 points of damage as he shoves these sides back into your chest. And with that, we will end it for right now, and we will pick up back in combat next time.